Right, 1914, good luck. We've not played before, there's no head-to-head score there. Nearly 500 games, very good. Okay, goes e6. I'm just going to go d4. You might be deciding whether to throw in a check and then come back or just develop moves. I don't think I'll move the queen. Just click anywhere and it clears their markings. Okay, it does come forward, so we will take. Just try and get the bishop up, pawn up, get castle, just development moves. Yeah, I'm going to go c4. Then try and develop the bishop with a tempo. Oh, do we want the bishop to come here then? If he does this, bishop back first, pawn down here. Just drop back. We want to be on this diagonal anywhere. And if he pushes up, I'm going to go in the middle, I think. Okay, he's come forward that way. I'm just going to castle. If he takes, he takes. I'll go with the knight and keep my pawn structure intact, I think. Very bold, but this is where I planned on developing the bishop here. So I'm going to do that. I might end up wasting a move and coming all the way back. He might really advance here. So it's a bit risky this, but he hasn't castled yet. So he's gone across. I don't really want to go here. And knight takes. We could trade the queens and he can't castle, but I think he's fine. So I'm going to push the pawn in case he pushes. Here I'll just take. Bishop up I'll just trade, I think. Let's just see. And I want to give my king a bailout square at some point. I just castled now, so is the Greek gift on. Takes, takes, check. Say the king goes back, queen check. So takes, takes, knight check. King goes back, queen check. So king's here, queen's here, knight's here. And I would assume you simply play knight across and I've got no attack whatsoever. But what if I do this first? Take, knight takes, then check. Takes, knight takes, back, queen up, check, and I hit the knight. I think that's a move. If he takes, I think I can take the pawn. So I think I can collect a pawn here with an idea that the queen's going to come off. And if the king gets adventurous, I think he's in trouble. So I'm going to risk it. It's only a game after all, isn't it? If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. You learn from your mistakes and you learn for the next time. If he doesn't take, I can always trade the queen and drop the bishop back. And I think I've gained a pawn. Or I could even just check and collect the knight immediately if he takes. So I could do that without throwing the knight in. I'll have to just assess if there's a checkmate threat or not, but I've just got a queen check and collect here. Oh, actually, queen check, he can block with the knight, can't he? If he takes queen check, he can block two ways. So he could block with the knight. Maybe I've got to move like knight up and then rook across. So I think I'd still win the knight back, but knight check is probably the safer bet. And the king might step forward. No, he has gone with it. So knight check is probably the safer bet. If he goes here, queen up, can he defend the checkmate threat? Is it actually a forced mate? I think it is. If he goes back. If he comes forward, however, knight check, king up, queen here. If he pushes, I've got knight with a discovered check. Or maybe I'll have to drop back. If I go here, he goes here. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to go for it. So we go here and we threaten checkmate in one. Oh, he's moved too quickly there. So we take this first. So I think it is a checkmate. Here, 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 and something like this, I think. I think it's a checkmate. Well, maybe it isn't. I thought it was a forced checkmate. It isn't a forced checkmate. Check, he's got knight back. I overlooked it, but I've got knight check. So here, he can come here, right? I think we come here. Maybe I don't actually have a forced checkmate here. Maybe I've gone wrong. Knight check, he goes here. I can collect a knight, but I lose a knight, so I might have blundered this game. I've got rook across, so it's still a game. There's still a checkmate in one threat. Here, then I can hopefully check or come in. Not easy for black, but if he's got a defense, then I might have just chucked the game away. So if there is a defense, you know, it could be one of them, you win it or you lose it. He can probably block with the knight. Queen takes, then the king to e7, and he might be escaping. But if the king runs further, rook check, and I take the queen, I think. So let's see what he does. Maybe he can just put the king back to g8, and there's no actual forced win. Yeah, I just played a bit quickly there and overlooked he had knight back. That's what he's gone for. So I can play knight in. I can play rook across and hit the queen. But there's no actual mate threat. Oh boy. Knight in is the idea that I hit the queen and the knight, but maybe you've got to move like just coming forward. So check. Mind you, if I play rook across, mind, he has to guard his rook. How does he do that? Is rook across just winning? I'm going to play rook across and hit the queen, because if he moves the queen away, then he loses his rook. And that's actually a checkmate, isn't it? If the queen wanders off, that is actually a mate in one, because the king's squares are cut by the knight. He might have to give up the rook. Oh, he's blocked. So he's had to block. So now have I got knight takes? No, you go here. So here you step across, then knight takes. There's a mate in one threat again. The knight can just take back though, I think. Ah, but what about check across and then rook up? That must be winning. What about check across? I can come back and repeat, but I'm just looking at rook up. If the knight comes back, I simply take it, right? So go here and threaten checkmate in one again. If the knight comes back, I can simply take the knight and I protect my knight in the process. And then I threaten mate in one again. It's a really spectacular Greek gift if it actually works, but obviously I'm kind of playing it as I go. I haven't calculated all this out in advance, which obviously in a longer classical game it's what you'd try to do, but there's only so much I can do. But that's the threat. There's a checkmate in one threat. There is a move knight here to cover the square, but the queen just takes the knight. So it seems like it was a good sack. It seems like it was. Oh, so he's played knight there, but I've still got a check here. Has he found the resource? I wanted to go here as well, but the knight can take. So maybe he's found the resource. Check here. Oh, it's annoying, this, isn't it? So close. My knight is under attack now, though. And his rooks are now guarded. And if I check... Hold on, what's wrong with here? Let's create a mate in one threat again and guard the knight again. And I'm threatening checkmate in one again. Maybe he has to go here. I was hoping eventually if we take I can still win the queen. That's the idea, but the knight covers that as well. So maybe it wasn't great. So that's what he's done. So I can check and drive him here. And now he doesn't have the knight blockader, does he? So is it winning this time? With a check. And he can't block the back rank check now. Oh, but he's covered the pawn though. So he's covered it anywhere. And now my knight's under attack again. Oh boy, this is annoying, isn't it? Check. He can't block, so that's the only legal move. So check, he has to go there. Then what on earth have I got? My rook's under attack, my knight's under attack. So I think I have to come back and create another checkmate in one thread. But yeah, everything's under attack. I don't think my attack actually works, and I've burnt too much clock. I need to move like knight up and rook across. I don't have the win. I don't have it. I think he can just go back again. Can I play a move like knight up and hang the rook? I don't think I can. I mean, I can check and repeat. Unless he sacks the queen and then takes the rook. Interesting, interesting. Yeah. I mean, is it a move like rook across here that I should have done? And just simply sack, takes, then try and get in. But I don't think I've got enough. I think I need the 2 moves. I think I do. And what happens if he plays a move like queen up? Then I've got knight check. But that's not a mate either. He goes here. Check, he just takes. But queen up, he's cutting his king's squares. But that might be a move. That might be a good move. Yeah, he's gone back. So is it rook across now? Is it knight up? Knight up. Knight takes, pawn takes, and I kick this knight. What about here? Just threatening to take. Then that pin's not there, is it? I'm going to play knight up. If he takes, I take, and at least I'm kicking the knight. So I get tempo on another knight. And I should be able to repeat for a draw, unless he sacks the queen, which he might be able to do. Oh, he's gone for it. So we get a tempo attacking the knight. I've still got a draw, I think, if I need it. I just need to get the rook up, something like this. Or get that extra piece in somehow. Really interesting though. Knight forward I can take, but then I'll lose my knight. Oh, he's got that queen up move now. Okay. I think I can check and I can bring the knight across and guard the other knight. I don't know if it works, but I'm doing it. But I need rook across. He can grab a pawn. But then can I create another checkmate in one thread if I move my rook? Like say I come really defensive. Oh, he's just taken it. I didn't expect that. So I'm probably just losing now then. I have to take with the knight. My queen at least guards it, and then rook across somewhere. Oh, he's offering the queen trade. Oh boy, have I been forced into that and then I've just lost then. It's a loss. Oh, I can't believe I've blown this, but I have. Oh boy, we've blown it. We've blown it. He's defended it marvellously and it's a loss. We're just a clean rook down. You just got to say well done, don't you? The win wasn't there, or if it was, I just couldn't see it. So now he should just try and force a knight over and sack. I'm going here to try and do this, but then he should just simply take. But at least it's only a bishop if he does instead of a rook. I think I'd go with this pawn to guard this. He should just take here, I think, and not be fancy. And obviously I've got to get my king forward somehow. I've got nothing else to attack with. I'm going an attacking move here. I'm trying to go attacking if I can. Let's go here. Okay. Yeah, that's no good, is it? Here, he's going to come round like this. Although if he does, can I push my pawn? No, it's just a loss. It's just a loss. This I've given up on this one. Yeah, I've given up on this one. He's done really well defending that, so I've blown it, I gambled and it wasn't worth doing. Oh, if I go there, maybe he just checks and forces me back. I guess I have to do it though, I've got nothing else to try. He can probably collect. I was hoping I could push and take this one, but all my pawns are gonna fall. Yeah, he's done that. But now I've got a potential pawn. He's just got to be a bit careful. He doesn't go there because he loses his rook. He can go here. I can go there. He can check and collect my pawn. So he's gone there. Might as well push my pawn then. Yeah, he's found the move. No, I can't be bothered with that. Well done.